Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the 143. We're back with episode 72. Nick is coming to you from Dallas, and me and Ian are here in College Station.
Another guest episode. You've seen his lovely face before, Mr. Ian here, our NBA expert. Say hello to everybody.
What's up, guys? Great to be back.
Yeah, we decided to keep Ian on the payroll after the good job he did last time. So
Thank you. I think it might have been y'all's second highest viewed episode. I'm just gonna throw that
Ian.
out there.
Now let's not back to like throwing stats out there. That's our job.
Oh,
Okay.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah, Ian does bring in the viewers. He gives that eye candy that everyone's looking for. But also Nick and I are eye candy as well. So
I can't disagree.
I guess
with
every
y'all.
now and then there's something new.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are here with an NBA episode in lieu of the NBA Finals this Thursday. So I guess tomorrow when this episode airs, it'll be tomorrow. But we're going to kick you off with a stat of the week. Actually, not about basketball. Stat of the week brought to you by Andrews Logistics, our sponsor, who I hear has a really cool new intern working there. But yeah, it's Nick for those of y'all that don't know. But the stat of the week is Nathan Eovaldi, pitcher for the Texas Rangers, in the month of May had an ERA of .96. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He did not have an ERA over 1 run allowed in the month of May. He's just been dicing them up. The Rangers have been blowing through teams, and it's been fun to watch. Nick, it's been a while since we felt like this as Rangers fans, hasn't it?
And it's been great, too, because our pitching has been ridiculous. We've had the second lowest ERA and from our starters, and that's without our best one. That's without Jacob deGrom. So once he gets back into the saddle, I'm pretty excited. Obviously, I'm excited
I'm
right
pumped.
now. We're doing amazing. Haven't seen glimmers of hope in quite a while.
It's been like 10.
It has been a rough ride.
Years?
It
It's
has
been a while.
rough ride.
Yep.
Anyways, your player of the week, I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic because I believe he is going to take over this next upcoming series, averaging 29.9 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists in the playoffs. That's right. He is averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. That's pretty great, if you ask me. And I think he is going to absolutely demolish the Heat, and I hope he does.
A lot of people are saying he is looking like the best player in the NBA as of right now. That's a perfect segue into what we were talking about today. We have the finals, the Miami Heat versus the Denver Nuggets. It's a 1 versus an 8 seed matchup. We haven't seen this since 1999. People are pretty excited for this. Ian, your thoughts on the finals, who you think's going to win, and just your general overview.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, this is the first time the Nuggets have been to the finals in NBA history, so that's awesome. I think Jokic, he's definitely one of the best centers in the league right now, and I could argue that by the end of his career, he might be the best center we've ever seen. He can do it all.
He can do it all.
Does he look kind of slow and lethargic out there? Yes, he does, but
doesn't matter.
Sometimes looks don't matter.
As all big men do.
He's out there playing the games of his life, and I think the Nuggets are going to put it away. I don't know. I could argue game 5, game 6. I don't think it'll go to game 7. I don't think the Heat have it in them, but we'll have to see. What do you think about the stars of these games and how they're going to play?
I mean, so if you had asked me like a week ago, Heat Nuggets, I would say maybe 7. But you just saw the Heat had a 3-0 lead on the Celtics, give up 3 games. Then everybody lost hope in the Heat, and they squeaked out a Game 7 win. So I'm not too high on the Heat, and Jimmy Butler he's Jimmy Butler. He carries the Heat, and the Heat go as Jimmy Butler goes. So if he's doing good, the Heat are doing better. If he's not, they're not doing as well. Bam Adebayo did not show me anything in the series against the Celtics. I was pretty disappointed, and he's not going up against Al Horford anymore. He's going up against Jokic, and it's going to be a tough matchup for him. I love Jokic and Murray right now. They're just on fire. They're hot, and I think the Nuggets are heavy favorites to win this series. And I mean, I think you got to look past the stars. I think also the role players on the Nuggets are better than the Heat's role players right now. And but it kind of the question going around right now is the Nuggets haven't played will not have played in 9 days when it gets to the finals. The Heat have been playing, through 7, so they'll have had a couple of days off, and that's it. So, and I'll open this to y'all. Like, do you think that the rest will benefit the Nuggets, or do you think the fact that like they've been off for 9 days, they'll be rusty coming out? They start out at home, so that might help a little bit, but you think it's they're rested or they're rusty?
See, I think they're going to be rested, and I think that my answer to that question depended on what I think the Heat are going to bring, and I think the Heat being off 2 or 3 days is going to hurt them because they let the Celtics get a little bit of momentum, so they barely escaped. They barely escaped by in Game 7, so it's really like they weren't playing great, and Jimmy Butler, he didn't look like he was playing great when we watched the game the other night, but I mean, he dropped 28 points, so it wasn't a bad game for him. He just wasn't
As
he was
involved?
playing very
Yeah.
timid, and if he does that against the Nuggets, it's not gonna work for him.
I think they might be a little bit rusty because, playoffs is all about momentum and getting hot at the right time. And so obviously you've been off for over a week. So you have lost a little bit of that momentum. And I feel like obviously, yeah, the Heat barely won their series, but they're still kind of riding high, I feel like, off of that. But, you know, to contrast the Nuggets, it's been a week. So I would say maybe the fire has worn down a little bit. Obviously, they will be rested 100%, but I do think there is an element of rustiness and being well rested that will play into it. But they get game one at home. And so I think I guess we're just excited for game one to see what both teams bring.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have called this finals matchup at the beginning of the playoffs. Definitely not. I mean, even when Nick and I talked about it, we weren't very high on the Nuggets coming into the postseason, and obviously, no one thought an 8 seed would make it to the finals. Um, Ian, would you say that this is one of the more exciting finals or less exciting finals? Because these are two teams that aren't really as big
I would
in the
say I
NBA.
would say compared to finals in the past, you have I'm just thinking about like more recent but still further. You've had Warriors, Cavs, you've had these big name teams, but I'm still super pumped to see this finals. I think it's going to be a great series. It's
Yeah,
just not the
I think.
two big
I
name
mean,
teams.
I think ratings are going to take a hit for the NBA for this finals
100%.
because LeBron and Steph, their main attractions, those guys, neither one are in it.
Yeah, if you had seen Lakers or Warriors
Celtics,
make it, or if you had seen the Bucks make it, which
they choked to the
yeah,
Heat. I mean, the teams that are in definitely deserve to be there, but I think the NBA definitely would have rather. I mean, definitely the NBA was crossing their fingers for a Lakers Celtics finals. Just one of the
100%.
most historic like rivalries that there is, and Lakers Celtics both share the highest amount of championships with 17, but both of them lost, which I was happy about. I didn't want to see either one of them in it.
I think a lot of people are excited to see the Nuggets make it though, just because everybody loves Jokic. You never you
I'm
never
excited
hear
to see the
anybody say
Nuggets.
you don't like Jokic, and obviously a team that's never made it to the finals before. That's fun to see.
Nick, who do
Obviously,
you
that's a
got winning?
huge thing right there to get your ring because that kind of gets him over the hump of greatness. And I do think this will not be as exciting. I think it's cool to watch the 8 seed throughout the playoffs, kind of slowly conquer teams. But then obviously, I think in the end, they're just going to get absolutely slaughtered by the Nuggets. So in the end, I don't think this will be very exciting. I think it'll be pretty easily the Nuggets in
I mean, we've
five.
seen
I'll
the
say in
Heat
five.
in 5. I mean, we've seen the Heat battle. I mean, they've been battling, but to be honest, I mean, let's go through their matchups. They had the Bucks without Giannis for 2 games. Then they faced the Knicks, which everyone knew the Knicks were not going that far in the playoffs. And then they faced the Celtics with a first-year head coach, and Tatum and Brown just they've shown that they're not ready to win
Well, and
championships.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but Game 7, Jason Tatum did
Oh,
hurt his ankle the
I
first
don't
play of
want
the
to hear
game.
that,
So
Ian.
no, I don't think that really affected the game that much. You still got 20 balled, so
Yeah, the Celtics missed their first 12 threes of the game. That had nothing to do with Tatum's ankle, even though I know the media
Unless that
wants to
was the
say it's
difference between him scoring 40 points or not, probably that
it definitely
didn't
is.
definitely
affect the
not.
game at all.
But I mean, we've seen the Heat battle. The Nuggets are so good. And honestly, I really think everyone really just, I mean, not that I have anything against the Heat. I would love to see the Nuggets get their first championship. It's their first finals appearance, like we said. But I think this is one of the less exciting finals that we've seen recently. I mean, nobody saw it coming. So it's congrats to both teams, and we're excited for it. I think basketball fans are excited for it, but it's going to be tough to get anybody outside of that to watch these finals. I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. I think it'll be a good finals to watch, though. It'll be fun. I think the games. I don't think the games will be blowouts. I think they'll be close. So
I think it's going to be. I mean, I think it's going to be pretty star oriented. I don't think the role players will have as much effect in these finals. These teams go with their stars, so I think.
100%.
And honestly, you're looking at Jokic and Jimmy Butler
Yep.
here as the main two guys. You need them both to show up, and I think they both will. Jokic will definitely show up. It's tough to play in Denver, I've heard. Denver is a tough place to play.
Yep.
That stadium is going to be rocking. I wish that we were going to one of the games because that would be fun. But
The
we are not.
the Heat's gameplay all depends on how Jimmy Butler decides to run the floor. If he's running it timidly, like last or
Yes.
like the other night, he
Game
would he
seven.
would drive to the paint all the way to the rim and then kick out when he had the layup, or he would just pump fake, let three guys swarm him, and then he would go up. So obviously you're losing so much, you're getting blocked, and then you just keep getting more and more scared as you're going. So he's just got to come out and play.
Yeah, Jimmy's got to run his game. That was unacceptable. I mean, they still won because the Celtics just were not ready to play that game. It's not going
Yep.
to work against the Nuggets. He's got to be the primary ball handler, and
Yep.
he's got to take the game into his own
And
hands.
he's shown that he can do
Oh
that.
yeah,
He just
playoff Jimmy.
play off Jimmy. I think it'll be fun seeing the Nuggets get a little bit of rest, and then I don't think the Heat have a ton of momentum going into this series because they were up 3-0.
Yeah, they didn't sweep. They didn't finish it in 5. They lost a lot of their momentum.
Yep.
So we'll see. I think it will be. I like Denver in 5 as well, just because I don't think the Heat have it in them.
That's right, baby. In 5, you heard it here first. I actually said it first, but
Okay, I said it to
anyways,
Ian today on the couch earlier. Did I not?
I'm gonna give it in 6. So
Okay, Ian.
I don't know about that.
here's like to end our shows on Under Review. I have brought to you a quote from the captain, Derek Jeter. There may be people that have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. And that's the truth.
That is the truth. Well, we thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, Ian, for hopping on the show again. You will definitely be seeing more of Ian in the future when there's big NBA stuff for sure.
Thank y'all for having me once
Absolutely.
again.
It's always a
Uh,
pleasure, Ian.
Thank y'all for tuning in this week, and we will see y'all next week on Under Review.
Go Panthers.